Hey everybody, welcome back to another fantastic episode of Ready to Die Fighting. It is very late summer, almost fall, and I wanted to show you my front garden, what I consider my pollinator garden, but I'm also working on kind of like four, I guess, aspects to the garden. I wanted to have a pollinator garden that's really to attract the bees and the butterflies and kind of be good for the nature and the environment. And also, the pollinators are good for my vegetable plants, which is the other part, because it's going to help to pollinate them and get bigger yields. But I also wanted to have like a bug repellent garden. So I want to draw in the bees and the butterflies and other helpful insects, but repel the ugly ones that destroy things and are horrible that I hate. And then I also want food. And even though I haven't been focusing on it just yet, I also want to include like a medicinal garden. So in the front here, even though this is supposed to be my pollinator garden, I decided to put squash up here as well, butternut squash. And I put 3 seeds down, 3 squash seeds, and look at all this. So I had to put some, I'm not sure how you pronounce it, diatomaceous earth out because something was starting to eat these little guys, and I wasn't liking that. I'm not spending all my water on these plants for little roly-polies to eat these things. We don't even actually like butternut squash, but man, look at all this. This is wonderful. And so my ideal scenario would be, like, I kind of wanted to have the front garden to be mostly pollinator and just really pretty. And I can come out here and sit and enjoy it, but also have some food kind of hidden in here as well. And this squash I can't say is hidden. Not exactly hidden, but yeah, it's the squash is squashing. So that's pretty amazing, I think. We're gonna have a lot of butternut that we don't even like. And I was gone for a couple weeks, so it got a bit neglected. But I also have some blueberry planted here. So there should be, I think, 4 blueberry plants. One is overrun here. it's somewhere in here. I think that's it right there. So they got a bit overrun while we were in Oregon. I was at a bike mechanic school. So we got some astilbes. In this spring, this is gorgeous. Bleeding hearts, they do really well right here. A lot of weeds coming up, so I'm gonna have to take care of all that. Got some hostas in here as well that I just planted. Most of the stuff I just planted this year. So these hostas, I can't remember. I bought some and I also transplanted some. Don't remember which was which. But hostas have done really well for me. So I'm pretty confident that they will come back next year and will be great. I am really happy with my cherry tree. Look at this thing. It looks fantastic, I think. Let's back up. Take a better look at it. It's so full and tall. Just planted this thing last year and it's really taken off. That's what happens when you plant things that are like native and everything. I don't know about the specific species, variety, but Michigan is cherry tree city. All right, what else do we have here? I think I planted these last year, I believe, but they're doing really well and they've been spreading. This bee balm I just planted this year. Recently, actually, I planted it kind of late in the season, and it was much smaller when I put that in the ground. It was just in a little container. Here's some more of that bleeding hearts. Some more bee balm. I'm a little bit concerned about this one because I don't think it's going to get quite enough sun there. Um, but we'll see. This is lemon balm, which I'm trying to remember if this was a seed or this one might have been from a pot that I purchased. I planted some by seed and I planted some just by the pot, and they both are doing really well. So I can't remember which one is which. I think this one might have been the pot though. But I love lemon balm. It smells so freaking good. And this got a late start, but this is a cardinal vine, and the hummingbirds love it. You can usually get quite a few hummers um, sucking on these things. So, yeah, it got a really late start, though. Unfortunately, I mean, I keep talking about that, but it is what it is. The cedar, I think I planted last year. Let's take a look around. So now, a lot of the plants that I buy came to me just like this. I wait until they are clearanced out. So this was actually $2 and I think 30 cents when I bought it. Which it was tagged at $5.49. Had I known it was two something, I would have bought two of them. So I'm probably going to stop and buy another one today. And so this is a coneflower, or echinacea, and it doesn't look great, but it's a perennial, and this looks better than some of the other things that I've planted that came to me in similar or worse condition. So I'm confident that this thing will be just fine. Now my elderberry had been doing really well all summer, and then just in the last, I don't know, since I got back, when I came back, it was looking like this. And so I don't know if it was not getting enough water or what happened, but it's not looking so great. There's some diatomaceous earth on it. I'm not sure how you pronounce that. I go back and forth. Diatomaceous, diatomaceous. I don't know. Whatever it is, it's the ground up fossilized shells, basically. Here's some strawberries that were quite small when I planted them. They came out of a little planter like this pot, and they weren't looking all that great. And so I'm like, whatever. I was gonna just throw the whole thing out. And actually, I think I did. It was well, I didn't throw it out. They came out of this planter, I believe it was. I just pulled them out. They weren't looking great. I'm like, I'm gonna put them in the ground, see how they do. And then look at them. And we've been getting pretty consistent strawberries out of them. This, I just planted this thing this year, not that long ago, and it was a fraction of that size. So this area has gotten pretty crowded. I was not expecting it to spread quite that much, quite that fast. Same with these black-eyed Susans. They're doing awesome. Um, and yeah, I planted things too close, apparently. I didn't expect them to spread and take off quite the way they did, but everything's doing great. There's some Coreopsis, some milkweed that is at the end of its season. Here's some, what do you call it, like a carpet phlox. This was motherwort, I believe. I transplanted it. It looked fine for a while. I'm hoping it just kind of is at the end of its season and is done and is going to come back next year because it looked really nice. And it has some medicinal properties that I like. What else do we have in here? There's actually some Sasha Daisies in here as well. I believe that's this. And they looked terrible. I got them for like $1.50. They look horrible. But so yeah, it was basically just like this. But they appear to have recovered, and they're going to be just fine. And so I expect to get flowers next year. Got my, what do you call these? Marigolds. And I like to have these because they repel mosquitoes and bugs that I don't like. And they're super easy to grow and collect the seeds. And we use them for Day of the Dead celebrations. Now, I just got these mums, and it's only been a few days, and I didn't water them, and they died already. I don't think they're dead, but actually some of them might be. I don't know, but they're not looking good. I didn't water them, but I'm surprised they look this bad that quick. Usually you don't have to water quite every day. It hasn't been that hot is the thing. It's been quite cool, so I thought they'd be fine. I've been getting lots of lavender because I recently learned that lavender repels a lot of insects that I don't like. And so I've been trying to gather as much lavender as I can. I gotta figure out where to plant it. So this is also just kind of a, I don't know where to put you area. Now there was some Columbine that looked dead, and then it came back and flowered. I bought it again, like it looked like crap. Planted it, watered it. It looked like it was recovering. It flowered. I was super excited, and now it seems to have completely disappeared. So I'm not sure what happened there. I'm hoping that it will also come back next year. And this is Prosane, which has a lot of medicinal properties, but it's considered to be a weed. And when I was de-weeding and clearing areas out to plant things, I pulled this up, but I decided I didn't want to get rid of it, so I just stuck it in these little pots. And I don't really know where to put it. It'll just survive anywhere, apparently. And here's some curly leaf parsley that caterpillars completely ate. Like, they ate it down to nothing a couple of times now. But I guess maybe the caterpillars are done for the year, and so now it's growing back and it's nice and full. And I'm probably going to bring this in. I don't know if it's winter hardy. I don't think it is. Doesn't say, but I don't think it is. I'll do some research, but I'll probably end up bringing that in the house. But man, it looks good, doesn't it? So that's basically all that's going on up here. Here's another hosta that's, it doesn't look great, but as long as it doesn't die, because this one got transplanted. So as long as it doesn't die before winter, I feel pretty sure it'll come back and will look really good next year. So that's fine. So yeah. Got a bird feeder out. There's nothing in it feeding the birds. Where is it? I can't see. I can see it in real life. I don't see it in the lens. Oh, there it is. Not actually feeding anything, but come winter, I'll put something in there. But yeah, it's coming along. It's coming along quite nicely. Not exactly what I want it to look like just yet, but it's getting there. And a ton of progress this year, despite the fact that, I was gone for 2 weeks and I had a late start because of my hysterectomy. And then I hurt my shoulder, so even though now that I've come back, I can't get in here the way I want to. So I'm happy with any progress that I made here, for the most part. Would like more, but I'm happy with this. Next year's going to be awesome. This year was pretty awesome, to tell you the truth. One thing I'm really disappointed in is that I really wanted to have, Rosemary Hedge. And I thought I had read that rosemaries were hardy in this area, but generally speaking, they're not. Only there's like one species that might survive our winters, maybe. So that's a bit disappointing because I cleared off a spot and wanted to have kind of make almost like a privacy hedge of rosemary. So if there's any plant that you know of that's going to be like rosemary, like I wanted something that would be fragrant and kind of dense, basically like a privacy hedge, but has either some medicinal value or like really fragrant, or it repels the bad bugs or attracts the good bugs, you know, something like that. You know, I don't want it to be just a bush or shrub or whatever. I don't know what the difference is. I want it to be multifunctional. Shoot me some suggestions. I want it to go right in front here, where the fence is. I just wanted to put it right along that fence and give us some privacy and kind of just reinforce that border. So like maybe 4 feet tall, 3 to 4 feet tall is fine. And yeah, give me some ideas. I would appreciate it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.